Chinese and Japanese people are just like gerbils and hamsters. You can't tell them apart, but you know which one's good for your ass. Welcome to POS. Frank, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Pat Oates Show, starring our media darling, Pat Oates. Tonight's guest has a new album out called High on Molly. Is available everywhere. Kevin Dombrowski. And we also have the co-host of In Hot Water on Compound Media, Geno Bisconte.
Frank, that's the best you've ever done.
You nailed it. The guy fucking nailed it.
I wouldn't say nailed it. There was a hard pause, but you got it.
I was a little close to Bisconte, just so we know. Just so we're all on the same
That would have
page.
been even better. Then I would have given him the A++ had he gotten that.
Yeah, last episode, you almost had it. You had John Moses in the Fight Club Stories podcast, and he's like, what the fuck? It's close enough. But thank you, Frank, for not dying. We're doing all these episodes to make sure Frank doesn't die, so we can get him out there as much as we can.
Oh, because COVID's coming back. Stop it.
Jesus Christ.
No,
Here
Frank,
we go.
Frank's Geno, Frank's too young. Statistically, Frank's 3 years younger than the average age people die of COVID, 81.
Yeah, you're fine, buddy. That guy with the cloak and the sickle knocking at your door, tell him to go fuck himself, buddy. You don't need that.
What about the 1,500 calories he's got behind him in the calzone on the wall? That's what I would be afraid of.
That's his vision board. He wants to be able to eat that every fucking morning. I like that idea.
And Geno, you missed it before, but when
I missed a lot.
You were somehow late to a Zoom thing, but like. I didn't realize you were part black, but thank you for doing that.
What are you, Artie Lang, late to his own apartment?
Yes.
The show's in my kitchen, and I'm late 4 of the 5 days a week. Yeah, I love that.
He's not Artie Lang because people don't know who he is. Anyway, so Frank has his 101-year-old father-in-law also with him that we popped on the screen earlier, at 101, still going strong, still drinking, no COVID.
Yeah, Gene, you ever see Ashes talk?
Is it just an urn with googly eyes on it?
Hi, Geno. Frank, is Sam still there? Can he pop on quick before we start?
Oh, he left.
Yeah, he died.
On his own will, right?
Yeah. It's nap time every hour on the hour.
Oh, I hope that was his last moment. I forgot to record it. That'd be fantastic. Oh, it'd be great. All right, let's start this with our first story. I'm terrible at this sharing screen bullshit, but we're gonna do the best we can. Here we are here, and here is our first fun story. Oh, can you guys hear that?
I hear nothing.
I see nothing.
Who is that? Who is that girl right there? Is that That's not Jennifer Lawrence, is it? Because that would break my heart.
No, I don't know. Juliette Lewis.
I don't know any of them.
No, Juliette Lewis looks way worse than that right now. Who's that?
Really?
That's not Juliette Lewis. I don't know who that is. I don't know. It looks like Stephanie McMahon.
She looks like someone that would
it's
show
definitely
up
not Juliette Lewis because look at all the tats on her fingers, Kev.
Okay, wait, you know Juliette Lewis's fingers?
And you thought Kevin would also know that?
Is that Demi Lovato? Maybe it's Demi Lovato.
That
is
not
fat
Demi
disaster.
Lovato.
Geno, your memory is still in like 2004. Demi Lovato is too old even for that now.
Good. Who is that?
Who knows?
Maybe that's
These are assholes who think they need to take responsibility. You guys can't hear that audio at all?
No. So there's a share option to share audio. I did the same thing on my podcast today.
But I did hit that, and it did not work.
Kevin did the same thing on his podcast, Just Joking Today, which you can hear every week on Spotify. And I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, look, Geno, it's John Benet Ramsey saying she has white guilt.
That just happened 2 days ago, right? The Benet Ramsey thing?
All right, boom. So fuck the video. You all know what it is.
I don't think I could stomach hearing the sound again.
That's the whole point. A bunch of celebrities got together again to now tell us that we need to take responsibility. When they all are out there seeing cops doing bad things, when the fuck are celebrities seeing cops doing bad things unless they're there to tell them to calm down and not do coke? They're not in the hood. They're not seeing it. It's once again these celebrities who are getting stuck without being in front of the spotlight or making movies who think they're important. Who's the piece of shit? Them for making this and thinking they're important, they matter. The people that like it and think their opinions matter and make them feel better, or just in general, like me for even fucking talking about it. Like, why am I giving them attention? Why do I care?
Gene, I'm going to let you go first as our resident racist.
First of all, I wasn't on that list. I was not on the list of racist. You know who wasn't on that list of racist comedians? This nigga. He was not on that list.
I didn't make it either.
Yeah, but that's because no one knows who the fuck we are. But I will say this. It'll never be enough. No matter what we do, it will never be enough. And I'm the first to admit, like, look, I used to be like, well, all lives matter. But now I get it. Yes, black lives are among those lives that matter. I get it. But stop trying to make it. It'll never be enough. Drew Brees maybe single-handedly saved the city of New Orleans. And I'm going to say 2 words to New Orleans. They haven't given him the chance lately. You're fucking welcome. I'm sorry that he fucking got behind the flag and you think he's tone deaf. I get it. I get it. Everything's fucking, there's 1% of bad cops and you want me to wake up every day and feel fucking bad. I get it. One guy with a pith helmet and a gun ran into Africa on his boat, waved it, and took all the slaves. No, you were sold into slavery by your own people. So stop acting like this country is fucking so awful compared to the one that sold you. Stop trying to fucking take me back 18 fucking generations. And I'm sorry that you're so white and wealthy. You want everyone to feel guilty for it. Well, you don't understand the systemic racism. Well, you know how comedy is always saying, you know what we need? We need to give more jobs to fucking 50-year-old straight white dudes. Let the straight thing go. That's what we need to do. No. Don't sit here and act like I had anything handed to me. I'm sorry that you feel so guilty because you're billionaires. I don't. I'm good to everyone. Well, you got to do more. I can't, and that's got to be enough. Otherwise, don't be my fucking friend.
Can I go?
Please.
Geno's the piece of shit. Next story.
Geno made that about himself, and he was the victim in the Black Lives Matter
I'm a victim
movement.
right now. I could still be taking a nap right now.
I expected an LOL comedy club sign to be hanging up behind you with that diatribe.
I didn't even hear the punchline in that. That was just a lot of anger.
Geno
I don't hear the punchline at LOL either, so that's a good point.
Geno puts the tribe in diatribe right there by being as black as he was right there.
It's not bad.
Anyway,
Pretty good one.
Geno, it was at least 2 or 3 guys with guns who got all the slaves in. Now,
maybe 2 or 3 at best.
I hope on the way there in the boat, there was a crew of all white people. And then, so when they got there, they're like, hey, mop the floor. It's like, seriously? We just got slaves. I don't need to work ever again. I'm done now. I can put my feet up. We have slaves. That's their thing. They clean.
I think that's what the pilots at Spirit Airlines say, except they're talking about us. I think that's the only difference.
All right, Kevin, who's the piece of shit?
I think the celebrities are. And it's because, look, whether it's like white people should say something or we shouldn't say something, are we complacent, are we not complacent, that's up for debate and up to, I guess, what you feel. Should you donate? Should you march? Should you post on social media? It's whatever. I don't know. It depends on who you are as a person. And I think that is you looking down deep to say, how can I fix this solution? But what I'll tell you what not the solution is by going on the group chat of James Franco and saying, hey, can you all film this script that I sent you? And we're going to put it in a black and white frame so we don't all look white. We all look the same color.
Yeah.
And we're going to repeat the same words. And by the way, can you blink so I don't see the ring of light in your pupils in your home studio saying I take full responsibility? If you think we give a fuck what you think about other situations when you live in a fucking bubble, we don't. And it's not just this, it's the imagined shit. It's this is even more for me because it's like, how fucking tone deaf can you be to sit in some fucking home and be like, I take responsibility? When was the last time you drove your own car anywhere to get pulled over? That's what I want to know. Before you're talking about police brutality, why don't you ask your fucking driver how many times he's been beaten by the LAPD before you film a video like that?
Or how many times have they told their security guard used to be officer to beat the shit out of somebody for getting too close to them? Like, are you kidding? They love brutality. It's their favorite thing. Julianne Moore wouldn't even let anyone go near her without having 8 cops beat the shit Rodney King style, or Reginald Denny, take your favorite pick, taking care of like a human.
It's hard for me to choose. When I think of Reginald Denny and Rodney, it's hard to choose. It's hard to choose.
It's like football players to you? Jesus.
It really is. You're asking me to pick my favorite? I can't do it.
Who do I draft first?
I mean, can't do it.
Denny, he's the great white hype or hope, whichever one you want to go with. But Denny's was named after him. Frank, you're old and racist. Who's a piece of shit?
I'll tell you, I watched the whole thing. number one.
Masturbating, you said. You said you watched the whole thing masturbating.
Well,
Back to you, Frank. I'm sorry.
When you're that
How many
old,
times
you are
did you have to watch it?
masturbating.
okay,
How many times before you got it up?
Then how come, as I ejaculated, I saw the dude from Breaking Bad closed it out? Just as I was coming, this dude from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, sorry about Frank. You got to take one for the team there, but I'm glad you powered through, so to speak. Good for you, man.
I thought my penis was the only one that looked like him.
I thought it was horrible. Whoever put that together is the piece of shit. I mean, it made no sense. All these women coming out and talking about it, these actresses that have no clue what they're talking about. Somebody told them what to say, and they said it. And then three guys at the end of it back it up. They're all pieces of shit, plus the producer that put it together.
Well, the real piece of shit is Chrissy Mayer, because she's going to make a parody and she's not going to invite me fucking again. I lost out on the last Imagine one, and I could have been on a racist list if they throw me on.
Apparently, I said a bad, grainy video.
Yeah, because you used a fucking flip phone, you fucking moron. It's like,
I have a better phone than anyone fucking here. That's a V60, people. It's a V60.
You live in a car. You live in a car, and you act like a Jew. You don't.
Look at how clear these dick pit. Never mind, but they come out.
Put it away, Frank.
Here's a jerk off. Frank, he looks like an extra at Breaking Bad. He comes to Breaking Bad, dude.
Here comes.
Yeah. Why are there 3 calzones in your picture now?
Look at my little Aaron Paul helmet, huh?
All right, so
grudge.
All right, so next story is something I had to take a retail job. This is not a video, by the way, so we're good. I had to take a retail job. I am now working at a place that is called Big Lots, and we sell a lot of floats. This is one of the floats that we sell.
That's hot.
Yeah, I had to put this away. Who's the piece of shit? A float company for obviously thinking that floats can be gay, because there's no way this isn't marketed to gay men for floats. Is it the dude for not realizing what this photo shoot really was? Is it the rhino for acting like a unicorn and also having 2 horns for DP? Who's the piece of shit in making this?
Now, in his defense, you just said you had to take a retail job. This guy's doing a podcast somewhere right now saying, I had to pose on a fucking Technicolor rhino. How do you think I fucking feel the recession's so bad? Some queer in his fucking apartment is making fun of me on his podcast.
I like how he goes, some podcast, not in hot water.
I like how it specifies that it's a one-rider in case he's got a friend that's interested.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. I think Big Lots is the asshole.
Yeah.
The shit in this for charging $34 when you don't pay for anything over $5 in that store.
It's $34. By the way, if you look closely, it looks like that guy's face was like superimposed onto that other body. Like he doesn't fit it. Like that blonde hair, that body, and then that really Mexican head. I think whoever's underneath that, it probably got killed like Epstein Island style or something, and they had to cover his face up with a more willing gay man. But I do hope that this photo shoot, he was told, it's just going to be for pools, and now it's gay porn. I'm hoping.
Well, to be fair, they also didn't tell him what the pools would be filled with.
That's a big-ass pool that he's in. That rhino looks pretty huge. That's a lot of water right there.
I do like that Kevin pointed out it's for one rider alone. It's like, hey, can I get on there with you? Whoa, diehard. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Well,
hey, Balky, you're not supposed to ride the horns.
Don't be ridiculous, cousin Larry. I'm getting on there. In Meepos, we ride the horns. That's what we do. America or burst.
I think the pieces of shit are the people that sold this poor Ukrainian boy into sex slavery to take this picture in the first place.
Pop rhino.
But he's not even a boy. That's a man. That's a man riding a pop rhino on there. We got 3 of them. Okay, when it came in the truck, 3 of them came in a box. That was a week and a half ago.
How many of the boys were in the truck?
Oh, so many. There's 3 left still. No one will buy. I didn't know if you should put it on the bottom shelf because he looks like a bottom, or on the top because he might be a twink. I wasn't sure.
That guy's a twink. That's a twink.
Is he a twink? That's a big rhino. We can't tell. He looks
That's a twink.
That's a twink.
It looks to me, it looks like it was done in the 70s or 80s, and I could hear the Fifth Dimension singing in the background.
Ooh, and I think, ooh, I'm with you. Go on. I'm painting a picture. Oh, yeah, it's Zoom, so I'm going over you. I'm sorry, Frank. Go on.
Somebody stole it from Paul Lynn's closet. As
Paul
my
legend.
Yeah, I love this scene in Rocket Man. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Well, if you're gonna sell a pop rhino and use gay, who should have been? Okay, you say Paulin. Who should have been the gay celebrity that's riding the pop rhino? Who would push rhinos? Who would be the one that rides that and gets it going?
Oh my God! In terms of gay celebrities, closeted or not, because Zac Efron would look better in that picture shirtless than whatever that boy is.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't sell it to the gay community. A lot of young girls would also buy it.
Oh, I challenge you to bring a picture of Zac Efron shirtless into a gay community and not have that picture ripped out of your hands.
First of all, challenge accepted. I can't wait.
You are on,
hey,
my friend.
boys, here we go. Just walking out, like, you don't think we already have those? It's I'm bringing the same trading card that they have over and over and over. They don't need that one at all. No, I mean, like, would you take the Freddie Mercury, who's like, he's dead, he's like the poster child for being fucked in the butt, or do you take someone new? Or
So wait, he's the poster child for being fucked in the butt?
is he not?
Gino, we forgot to tell you, you've been ousted.
I
You
went
lost
through
your title.
3 days of auditions for that. 3 days.
You also went through 3 scepters that we had to keep getting out of you.
I thought I had that. Anyway.
to be fair, you're not a child. You're the poster man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gino, I think you would talk too much to be gay. Like, there's the whole
What?
time. I'm just trying to fuck your butt. I don't care about your conspiracy theory on the moon. Okay.
I think there are things I do that would make me a terrible gay, but I think I got some qualities that would make me a pretty solid gay.
Okay.
I'd be
I
a pretty
lived
solid
with you.
gay.
I lived with you, and
Right.
not once was I turned on.
You're
I'm
not
laughing.
gay.
Let me tell you, Kevin, I'm laughing, but I'm a little hurt. I'm genuinely laughing because it's hysterical in the back of my head. Like, that really hurts, man. Like, that's the thing. It's like I'm too competitive to be gay. I'm like, I can be gay. Give me a chance.
It's not the first time that Gino said, that really hurts. I can take it, but it really hurts.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't in our apartment though, was it?
All right, Gino. What is, since you brought it up, what is your number one could be gay quality, and what's your number one can't be gay quality?
I'm incredibly affectionate. I will hug any man. I will. I love that. I say I love you to everyone and everything. Well, I'm capable of saying it. That's my gay thing, and I like chick music, but I don't think listening to chick music is a gay thing.
Wait, but you think
Well,
being
that's the
affectionate
problem is
gay.
you don't
It's
think it is.
I did. There you go. So maybe that's my gay thing. Fuck you. You don't think I'm gay at all. You don't care.
Wait, so
You know what
you don't get
qualifies
a
him to be
vote.
gay? Is because he drinks whiskey out of the middle of the bottle. That's what qualifies him to be gay.
I haven't drank in fucking Kevin, wink, wink. I haven't drank in like 90 some. Actually,
Yeah.
if you take the words with Kevin out of the phrase, I have not drank with Kevin in 95 days. I have not drank in 95 days. 95 days.
Not gonna lie. Right before the podcast, I did
Okay,
it,
you want me to say me and Kevin got shit canned the other night?
but that was,
Shit canned.
and he still didn't fuck you.
It still didn't fuck me. He's like,
still
hey,
didn't fuck
well, easy, straight boy. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, without Kevin, I've been straight for 95 days.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, the new name, it should not be Pop Rhino. It should be Easy Straight Boy. That should
Yeah.
be the name of that riding float because you started off being straight. Now you're easy.
Yeah. Easy, hetero man.
Yeah, but like, are all Italians affectionate? So they're gay. They're all gay.
Is there anyone gay in any? There's no one gay in my family. No.
Are
Actually,
you not in your own family?
I am in my own family.
Are you not the gay nerd?
It's like I am the gay. We had a gay cousin, but he wasn't our bloodline. Like, so maybe,
Well, that's because you bled it out of him.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
hateful person.
which meant I was allowed to fuck him because he wasn't a blood relative.
Because your family trafficked him, so you can go. He's not one of us.
I don't know.
He wasn't. Your son wasn't going to be gay or mentally
This isn't
challenged.
about me. The other stuff was about me.
All right, so why can't you be gay?
Apparently, I'm just. I don't want a dick in any part of my body.
Any part?
We can handle this offline. Really?
Well, I mean, a dick's been in your hand every day.
Yeah, but I have no desire to insert, to suck. It's not my cup of tea.
That's gay. What you just said is probably the gayest thing. Cup of tea is gay.
You lost the argument at not my cup of tea,
Why
Geno.
don't you just say it's not my pool of cum with a floating rhino in it?
It's not my puddle of cum in my belly button. Did you mean cup of tea? Did you mean cup of tea? I thought that's what I said. You said puddle of cum in my belly button. Oh, I don't know.
It's just not my funnel of jizz. That's all it is. It's not my funnel of jizz. You know.
I don't care anymore. All
right, Kevin, what trait about you could make you gay, and what trait couldn't make you gay?
What trait about me could make me gay? Fuck. I would say the chick. Yeah, maybe. Well, that would make me a lesbian. I would say the.
All right. Yeah, we know. Gay cat. We got it.
God. Yeah. In terms of a gay
so
quality, you know what? I think I have decent style and I'm well groomed. I'm in shape and I'm well groomed.
You're bald. You're well groomed.
I shave it. You fucking. Sicilian piece of shit. Look at that. That's today. Okay.
Yeah, there isn't more grooming than shaving your head. That's grooming, Geno.
Yeah, I guess so.
I get more haircuts now that I'm bald than when I had fucking hair.
Look at this disaster. I need a haircut so baddy.
Yeah, but that's good for the guy to hold on to when he's fucking you. It's nice.
I would be 35 looking like Frank. I gotta groom myself.
So you're that's it. What doesn't make you gay? Besides the easiest what Geno said, I don't like dicks much. Yeah, that's the whole thing. But what quality would make you bad gay?
What doesn't make me gay is my wife.
That hasn't stopped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, I forget, Gene, whose podcast were we on? I forget. We were on a podcast together, and someone had said, "Who do you like living better with, your wife or Geno?" Or someone, I forget who asked that. Or we were on Morning, and Bill said, what's the best thing about living with Geno as opposed to your wife? And I said, I have the chance of getting laid.
See that? Because I'm a whore. I'm a whore.
Did Bill wake up from a coke nap and go, that's good. That's funny.
Pretty much.
It wasn't on the show. He just said morning. We woke up in his apartment together.
Morning, boys. I made coffee. Hey. What's gayer, fucking Geno or your wife? I remember this now. It's all coming back to me. I remember that.
Thanks for the memories. Frank, what would make you a great gay?
What would make me a great gay?
Yes.
A great gay.
Frank, it doesn't mean happy anymore.
I mean, all cut him off. He's too old.
I seem to be attracted to older gay people.
You're attracted to them or they're attracted to you?
I'm not attracted to them. They're attracted to me.
Just to clarify.
I mean, what doesn't make me gay is that I take a shower with my father-in-law all the time. And he's got a body that's unbelievable.
Really?
He's still sculptured. He still is sculptured. He's he worked out until he was 100. Then he quit when he was 100. And I'm not
going to say that you have those backwards, Frank.
I guess he means that he takes a shower with them and he doesn't fuck them, and he could 101 and he can overpower him. So the fact that he is restraining himself from playing, Pop Rhino with his fucking father-in-law, that he can take care of it. No, Frank, that makes perfect sense. That when you take a shower with another man, you're not gay. We get it.
I'm not gay because it doesn't affect me. I mean, he's an easy mark, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, when he's got that sweet Holocaust shower body, it's hard to resist.
Any tendency to be gay, I would experiment there because he wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
It's easy. Thank you, Pat. Now you prove to me that I'm not gay. Thank you.
Well, you know what?
Tomorrow,
text me when you finally get a boner in the shower. It's like, I never really thought about it until now.
Yeah, you know what's great is you also proved to the grand jury at the same time.
Listen, I might have killed him, but that wasn't my cum. Watch the podcast. I did not. I don't get turned on.
Your Honor, I felt nothing.
Oh, what would a 101-year-old's asshole feel like? That would be a loose balloon.
Well,
that would just be
like butter.
Else. I mean, well, no,
I can't believe it's not butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank, don't tell us what his asshole's like.
Yeah.
Oh, you want? No, I every time I'm in there, it's pretty lubricated. So I'm looking for certain things.
We're still talking about the shower, right?
What are you looking for? Your car keys, your glasses, your favorite pencil. What are you looking for?
I left a Pop Rhino around here somewhere.
Yeah, a Pop Rhino inflator.
At his age, he tends to sit down a lot, and he doesn't move around, so he gets sores. And so I have to go in there and find out exactly where they are. And I have
What do you mean in there?
Well, because we don't know if they're hemorrhoids or if they're bed sores.
How would you know?
Well, I took an online course in the last couple of months because I have nothing else to do. I'm fucking bored, okay?
You just Googled fingering assholes for hemorrhoids. Which, by
Wait,
the way,
so does that mean you can marry people now? Because I think it's the same online course that I took, right? You can check assholes and marry people in New York.
I'm a justice of the penis. That's what I am.
I could let
wait,
people,
hold on. Is Geno's gay cup not full? Do you need more? Is this not your cup of tea, Geno?
My cup of puddle cum.
Look at that.
That is too much.
Now we're gonna get a lot of Jim Stansel and Matt Mead jerking off to this one. Thank you.
They do. I think they do.
They do. Together.
By the way, I walked by Sullivan's today, guys. It's open. Not to go inside, but our favorite bartender was there, and I gave her a big hug because she's normal. They say hugging is safer than shaking hands in this COVID pandemic.
Yeah, I saw that picture. She looked cute from the angle you took it.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what-
I mean, the angle was her being behind my giant cartoon game show host face. Made her look much better.
Actually, the safest way to greet people during this COVID crisis is to check their asshole for hemorrhoids or bed sores.
I always thought you had a more Jewish Bert Convey look. I do think that's the
I
kind of
love
what you
Bert
have there.
Convey.
Yeah,
I just threw some fucking potion number 9 in my hair, wet it down. I was ready to go. Would you believe I was taking a nap 20 minutes before any of this happened? Shocker.
Judging on your humor, yes.
Yes, there you go. I gotta
All right.
ease into it.
So who's the piece of shit? The company, Big Lots, the guy, or Geno for taking this whole fucking thing over?
I didn't even do anything. I'm the gay guy,
I
apparently.
just took a nap. I'm so tired. I can't believe I look so good. The bar's open, fellas. There was a girl there, but you guys got to come down.
Yeah, come on down, people.
I think the piece of shit is the person going into Big Lots to buy a Pop Rhino.
Yeah, he's right.
No one has. No one has.
They're still there? I feel like you're trying to sell them.
No, I am. Because I'm going to videotape that. What are we buying, sir? Can I help you with something? Like maybe I know an old guy who will shower with you in a non-gay way if you need it. All right. So we'll move off the gayness. And the next one will be one of Geno's favorites because we can't go into having Geno getting all kinds of fired up. Defunding police. What do you, let me break it, Geno. I know you're fired up.
Someone needs to explain this to me. I'm confused.
Let me explain it to everyone else. I'm gonna let Kevin.
Frank walked off the fucking set. You think I'm fired up?
Right. I'm gonna let Kevin and Frank go first because I know you're my closer in this one.
Oh, sure I am. I don't know.
Of course you are. Defunding the police. Am I a piece of shit for thinking it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard? Am I
agree.
Are the people saying it the piece of shit for saying something without really thinking about the consequences? I hate to say it, but are the police the piece of shit for getting to the point where people think we really don't fucking need them anymore? Who is the listen, a lot of bad things happen. I get it. I'll give my opinion real quick. I think we need to instead of defund, we need to actually put more fucking money in it because we need to train cops better. We need to hire better people for the job. In the last 20 years, it's gotten the worst press of any job besides being a fucking priest in the goddamn world. And by the way, train the priest better. Maybe have a filter where you're like, hey, do you like to fuck boys? Get out. Hey,
he's right.
Maybe we'll let you fuck women and we'll get better people. Let's take away the magic of where you can't fuck women if you're a priest. Fuck a lady. You won't want to fuck a boy. You'll have people in your church. Same thing with the cops. Not the fucking part, but the part where it's like, hey, listen, why don't we learn to teach you how to rationalize with people, how to use your mind better? If you're an angry fuck who didn't make the football team, we shouldn't hire you. Well, a lot of places make cops have 4-year degrees and go through training and classes. Now they're just hiring anyone because no one wants that job anymore. When we were all kids, when Frank was fucking ancient, the fun job was to sit there and say, the fun thing as a kid was to say, what? I'm going to be a cop when I grow up, or a fireman. Now you want to be a fireman. If 9/11 happens against you, you can get blown. Besides that, you don't want it. But if you're a cop, like, why would you want to be a cop? It's the worst press in the world. And we need them. We can't do listen, I've been a victim of having fights in a house. I think all of us, besides maybe Kevin, because you're married, I'm sure Geno's had a woman beat him once or twice. It's weird enough to call the cops.
Recently.
Yeah.
Recently.
Hi, Alex. Anyway,
She just sent me a picture. Who wants to see it? Kidding.
Oh, we'll put it up in a minute. Anyway, we'll put it on the Gay Rhino and see how that works. But what's the whole thing? When in times like that, we need police to come to resolve things because we can't do it on ourselves. If we don't have those people to come to our homes to help us when we really need it, we're gonna be in trouble. You can't co-op it. You can't have fucking social service people be it. You need the order. It's what we need. There's no way around it. You're retarded if you think we don't need cops. That's just my opinion. Kevin, go ahead.
Jesus Christ, if that was our open, I can't wait to see Geno's clothes.
I'm just going to say, and don't do drugs. What?
No, dude, look, I agree with you. I think defunding the police is the opposite of what we need to do. I think we need to invest more money in reform. We need to train cops better. We need to hold them accountable. We also need to, and I think that this time it did infiltrate the brotherhood, where if one cop stands up against another cop, they're kind of blackballed in the union. And it's like, well, good luck having backup on the next call. That's kind of, and I only know this because my father was a cop, and he was a good one when I was growing up.
He never got caught for beating the shit out of a minority. He was great at his job.
Well, that's how good he is.
Yes.
Yeah. It was before so good. Cameras, though, right?
my dad was such a good cop, I never saw him. That's how good of a cop he was. But it's...
Kevin had a terrible childhood. Yeah, made him a great comedian.
Yeah, at least my fucking parents are still alive. No, so
I didn't see my dad much either, but he wasn't making any money, so at least you won on that one.
This is so much fun for me. All right, go on.
So, no, look, I think that you need to invest money into reforming things. Like, I don't think that you can abolish the police and expect a good outcome because people aren't going to be on the fucking honor system or on their best behavior.
Look at the last thing we abolished. That's still biting us on the ass.
Geno, you'll get a chance to go last with your racism in a minute. Let Kevin finish.
All right.
Oh no, I'm not going to go anywhere near that one. You can close now.
No, Frank.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. My opinion is simple. All these issues go beyond their expiration date. That we just beat it to death, and that's what happens.
They did.
I'll say we did.
They did beat it to death. Hey, Frank, take a knee on that one. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
And I think that they ran out of things to protest, and somebody came up with the brilliant idea: let's take money away from the cops. You got 1% maybe that possibly would do something like that in the United States. Why are you picking it out on the other 99%? We finally got him back on our side, and now we're trying to destroy him again. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me. You got to fund the cops. You got to keep them on the street. They got to keep us straight. One bad apple is not going to bring down to the police department in any county, any city, any state.
No, but we do need a farmer that can pick that bad apple and then throw it out.
Is that your slang? You called him apples because he choked that bad apple? I don't call him apple.
I like that we're all going into a Chris Rock bit. It's like you can't have bad apple. You can't have no bad apple. Sometimes you can't have one in the airport either. Mm-hmm. I mean, we probably should have had a black guy on for this part, but instead of a black guy, go ahead.
Here's what I don't get. So does defund police mean totally defund them? Does it mean cut their budget or get rid of police? Someone explain that to me.
Because you can't. Depends on who's saying it. It depends on who's saying it.
So you're saying, Kevin, some people honestly think that we should defund completely, get rid of police.
Yes.
And this is why people are stupid, okay? Because that will never happen. That will never happen. Two, this is what people, they live in this world of absolutes, and the world will never be absolute. Like, well, that's just the answer is to get rid of cops because they're slaughtering fucking minorities. Stop making these fake narratives. Well, you know what we'll do? With the money that we don't give to cops, we'll give to social services. Yeah. So I'd rather than call a cop while I'm being raped, I'd like to talk to a therapist after I was raped because, that's where the funding will be. Stop
Who's raping you.
It's wishful thinking. But that's
Okay,
what
go
I
on.
mean. It's like there's no way a sensible person could be like, we just have to get rid of all the cops. And anyone that honestly thinks these videos that we see, well, they're happening all the time. This happens in every city, in every instance of every black guy getting pulled over. And I'll be honest, it probably happens a lot when a guy is pulled over for meth weeks after he fucking got out of jail for pointing a gun at a pregnant woman's belly. There's so many layers to this. That cop was an asshole. He's going to jail, and people are like, the only thing to do is defund police. It just shows how little value we should put into the opinions of some fucking people, because there's no logistical way to make that work. There's no logistical way to totally get rid of fucking police. And here's one other thing that people need to realize. You don't need to defund anyone. Just raise taxes. They act like every state has a law to balance their budgets. Maybe 5 of them do. Stop thinking you're like, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to teach the cops a lesson. You're not. You're not going to do that.
Well, they're not. That's the whole point. They're not thinking. It's not rash. Listen, would I ever riot? Would I ever protest? No. You want to know why? Because I react like an angry person to a lot of things. When something happens, someone does something bad to me or my family or whatever, I don't sit there rationally. I get upset first. Therefore, I know I have to take a step back and calm down. And that's what most of these rioters and protesters and all these morons are. They don't think, they react. You know what we need? Smart people. Not me, not Geno,
I'm out
not
for
Kevin,
that.
not Frank.
I'm out for that.
We're out. Exactly, we're out. But there are people who do know how to figure something out. Maybe there is a way.
Smart people would have noticed I changed my name to Android Phone Geno to make fun of iPhone Frank, but no one noticed that.
Dude,
Been up there
I
like
did
10
notice
minutes.
that. I just thought you were too old to notice what you were
You didn't
doing.
realize I changed it. I was so proud of that. All right, never mind. Go on.
You attention-seeking fag. Anyway, please, someone look at me. Please.
Look at me. Look at me. Why aren't you looking at me? Look at me.
They won't put this one on compound. We have another Geno. He's on every goddamn show. We got it. It's fine. It's whatever. No, but it really it's these people.
Hold on,
that just
I have-
overthink. Go ahead.
There you
Change your
go.
name. Bob, Rhino, Kevin.
There it is, Gene.
There you go.
happy-
Yeah, I'm
look at-
fucking goddamn ecstatic, Dombrowski.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Look at your highbrow comedy, Blazing Saddles.
And dyslexic people go, Pat changed his name to Potatoes. Fuck you. Anyway, so we're fine. But that's the whole thing. I'm not rational. I wouldn't think there are people that could figure it out. If you don't have, my whole rule is this. If you want to say someone can't do something, have a solution or shut the fuck up. Just saying defunding, well, how do we defund it? Where do we go now? Who's going to police us now? It's some co-op thing that you morons role playing? No, it's not going to fucking work. Listen, I don't care if people have abortions. If you want to yell at me and say, people should never have abortions, fine. Then you keep the baby. If you're going to fucking yell, when the person's done, they give it to you, the person who thinks abortions are wrong, and then you keep the fucking baby. If not, then shut the fuck up or come up with a solution. So if you
Why don't we just defund your penis?
Yes, defund your penis.
My poor penis.
I don't know how. It's not really making much money now. I mean, it's like a 45-year-old white man with kids that are quite old. No, that's not doing much. But and I know people are going to watch us go, 4 white guys talking about it. Well, I'm sorry. That's who we are. And, by the way, black people would have gone on this, but they haven't stolen a good enough computer for Zoom yet through the looting. So we need that. I'm joking. Sorry, Larry and Dave Temple and everyone else there. But
he's joking. They still plenty of good computers. What?
I'm not joking about Geno being a fucking attention-seeking fag, but the rest
Look
of it,
at me.
all jokes. Most of these other things we talk about, I can always find other sides. I can't find another side. The piece of shit is anyone who thinks that taking away the police, instead of doing better training and work, pull back and go better. Try to teach them better. When Jerry Sandusky was molesting all those people, after a while they're like, hey, maybe we should talk to our coaches and see if they don't fuck kids. You know what I mean? They didn't just defund Penn State. That didn't work at all.
No, but they did take their championships away, which is pretty close to defunding.
They took down the statue.
Yeah, Kev, they still won. Okay, I understand they're saying that.
They
I
also
just
took
watched
down
it. Yeah.
They were ahead of their trend of taking down the statues.
And I think that's fucking that's making the victims even more victimized. Like, imagine that you managed to get fucked in the ass and you were still able to fucking, run 100 yards with a football. I mean, that's impressive. That's impressive. And they take away your fucking
that might be the most homosexual thing you've said.
Thank you very much.
To get fucked in the ass?
Yeah,
How do you manage to get – what are you just
I
walking
don't
down the
know.
street?
Can someone tell me how I can manage to do it? It's driving me nuts here.
I tripped and managed to fall on his dick.
All right, Frank, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to know if Geno ever ran 100 yards.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. When I was trying to get to a bar before last call, I fucking am lucky to be alive.
Yeah. By the way, I know a guy one time. I know a comic who came out as bisexual, and this makes me think of Geno. And I know
Ian Fidance or an actual comedian?
Neither.
Okay.
No, a good buddy of mine. He's but when he came out, a bunch of the comics in the area, both all were like, oh, we didn't know he was gay. And one comic I know just said, "Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I'd let him fuck me." And I'm like, wait, what?
It depends on who the comic is, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, but he was a straight guy, and I'm like, wait, why would he fuck you? Like, if I was ever gonna go gay, which I didn't, I would know in my mind I'd be the fucker, not the fucky, because that's all I've ever done is fuck. I've never been fucked. So why would this guy think that? So Geno, I guess the question is, fucker or fucky? Who are you?
Oh, I'd be the fucky. I'm too lazy. I'd be the fucky. There's
For
no
sure.
doubt. Yeah.
For sure.
Missionary or doggy?
It would be doggy. I can't face the guy. I just don't have that kind
I
of
thought
wherewithal.
you were affectionate, Geno. Eye contact.
I am, but I'm not going to – I'll be affectionate afterwards. I just want to get it over with and get my hugs.
That's called Rikers Island.
Yeah, I could do it. I could do time.
So we're all in agreement. It's anyone that wants to defund it is a piece of shit.
Yeah. No, we're all in agreement. Geno would be getting fucked.
Yeah, I'd be getting. Hey, by the way, Kevin, your dad's a cop. How does he's a good cop? Seriously, isn't he one of the many that are just they're galled? I love that word by people that are suddenly just like all turning on the cops when 99% of them are fucking doing amazing things, especially in this country in the past fucking 20 years. Like it's like you undo all that the cops have done in this shit. Is he just aggravated? How does he feel about what's going on?
What part of I don't see him don't you understand?
You really don't see him at all.
And what part?
Actually, so I haven't seen my dad since the wedding. So I haven't seen.
I didn't know that.
In 2 years. Yeah. And it's funny
Hey,
because
Geno, thanks for making this show sad.
Well, I heard he was in jail for fucking beating the shit out of a black guy. But anyway, go on.
I guess it's only because Kevin's dad. I don't know.
Exactly. No. It's not for anything other than Geno came to the wedding with a pop rhino. And
it's a good time.
No, look, my dad and I. My dad was a very good cop growing up, and that's why I have an affinity for law enforcement. I was a criminal justice major in college, and then I transferred out of that when I realized it wasn't the same type of policing and the same, precinct, for lack of a better term, that my father was in and that I grew up in. I grew up in a police department, so I know how good ones are and I know how bad ones are, but that's why I am, I think, qualified to say that you need to hold the union more accountable than anything, that when there are bad cops, you need to encourage good cops to speak out against them without fearing for their fucking lives for lack of backup when they go to, a different call. I'm sure my dad's pissed about this, but he's also, look, my dad put 30 years in. So I'm pretty sure he's done with pieces of, human garbage like that cop that killed George Floyd.
He's actually a crisis actor, Kevin, but we'll let you call him a cop.
Oh my God!
All right, you know what? Speaking of that,
is there still tinfoil in your apartment, or do you run out daily?
No, dude, I'm over all that shit. I've had it with. I don't even watch the news anymore. The only news show I watch is fucking our boy Malice on our network.
All right, another plug. Thank you. Anyway, next one.
I nailed it. Come on.
We get it. You guys are on Compound Media.
I get it. I was there once. Anyway,
dancing with the company line. What?
So, next story is the one that we were just mentioned there. And this is not, I'm not going to say who's the piece of shit, George Floyd or the guy who kneeled on him. We all know what happened there. Here's my problem with it. Geno, Kevin, all of us have made jokes that people at one point in our lives, leftist fucks, whatever, have yelled at us like, you shouldn't say that. Words hurt, whatever. Those are the same people now who are throwing rocks through windows and beating up other people. It's okay to hurt people, but words can't hurt you. Case in point, the day that thing happened, I didn't see the video. When that happened, I just heard that a cop kneeled on someone's neck. I didn't know there was color involved or anything. So someone wrote it on Facebook, and all I wrote underneath was, well, in his defense, maybe the guy's neck was playing the national anthem and he was fucking protesting. And then people went nuts on me. It's like, hey, it's a fucking joke. He's like, how dare you joke about this? I go, well, that's how I deal with shit. And he's like, that's not how you deal with shit. Now I know 2 weeks later, that person was protesting and rioting and doing all that shit. So it's like, I can't deal with it the way I want to. Here's my thing. if you are someone who's ever spoken out about words hurting, you shouldn't be allowed to. We should go through you and take you and pull you out of rioting or protesting right away because you don't want to hurt anybody. So why is it okay for you to ruin a man's business or ruin a family's mom and pop shop or fucking destroy someone else because you thought maybe they have something to do with cops? What the fuck is that? Who's the piece of shit? People who hate words, people who hate cops getting kneeling on folks, or me for even trying to tie my own dumb joke into this?
You. Definitely you. What?
That's a good joke.
Look, someone made the perfect comparison saying the looters that are fucking they're the same as the 1% of cops that fucking, that Chauvin represents. That's what those 1% of looters represent. Like I love, and Kevin will be the first to attest to this. When this COVID was going on, I was posting every day, not every day, but I was constantly posting how stupid I thought it was, how we're overreacting, how fucking just my opinion on it. But when this happened, I didn't post a single thing, not because I was being silent, just like because I think it's working. I think we're going to come out of this, and I think most people agree we're going to be in a better place after this. Oh, they were looting cities for one fucking night, and all that bullshit went away, and it exposed Antifa for the assholes they were. It exposed criminals for the assholes they were, and it fucking brought out the 99% of people who want change. And don't get me wrong, there's still stupid things being uttered, like, well, we'll just defund all the cops, but you have to get through the stupid to get to the intelligent, and fucking we're going to get to that through all this. We are. I'm not saying the world's going to change overnight, but it's getting better. It's getting better, and people want to sit there and be like, oh, this is the end. It's not. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I mean, not to mention all the people that were putting black squares on their Instagram. Click. That'll fix the world. Faggots.
Kevin, follow that.
Just let that sit there, so it's a clean cut when CNN wants to use that.
Please, you would love that. You would love that.
I would love that.
Like,
I honestly
gay
would.
John Turturro comes out really mad.
Assholes. Who are the assholes? Look, protesting is your right and your freedom of speech. And if any comic has a problem with people protesting, then you shouldn't be a comic because you're just using the exact same amendment that we live under. So you should be able to use your voice peacefully. You should. You shouldn't hurt someone to get something done. I understand when people say some people feel like there's no other way than to almost throw a fit when you riot so people notice you. I get it. However, I don't agree with that. And it's also people that aren't it's not people that are protesting. There might be a percentage of them, but it's a different type of person looking to exploit that situation. And you're a real heinous soul if you get in on some sort of look on a good cause. And the world is changing right now, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. This is different than it's ever been. There's more accountability. There's more people that are outraged, and rightfully so. They should be outraged. But if you're going to come in under the radar and then you're going to place concrete blocks around the city to encourage this, or you're going to take people that look like they might be susceptible or highly influenceable. Geno, the highly suggestible.
I am the highly suggestible type.
If
you're gonna take things where you can riot and place it around and then poke the bear so people riot to change the narrative of what it looks like, because quite honestly, I think that they're turning it in from a racial injustice to a political riot, and they're using this to show what Trump has done. On the flip side about this, I have no problem saying this. What Trump said in the Rose Garden was completely over the fucking line. You do not meet people that are already militant and rioting and then threaten them with more violence. You have to de-escalate in that situation. You cannot incite more violence. So what happened in New York down in Tribeca after Trump spoke, I thought was completely on him, because instead of uniting people and encouraging the peaceful protesters to stop the rioting or to kick them out of the group or hold them accountable, he basically threatened military action. Now, I know Geno's going to tell me that Trump also said he stood with the protesters and he was an ally. It was a fifth of a second.
I'll take credit for saying I was going to say that. I'll take credit for that. Sure. Yeah.
So it was a fifth of a second in the very beginning, and then he heavily leaned into military action to fight people doing it. All he focused on was the rioters, when what you really need to do is focus on the fact that these protests are working. And I stand with you and keep protesting for that. We outcast the rioters. And
we might need to train our presidents the same way we train the police sometimes too. We go, hey,
well, exactly.
no one's
It
ever
sure worked.
exactly.
It
no one's
sure
ever
worked here
dealt
in
with
New
this.
York. It
And-
sure worked here in New York when de Blasio's like, let's use a soft touch the first night, and they fucking set the place on fucking fire.
Yeah, but that was
Geno makes
after
everything
Trump had
gay.
also
Soft
said
touch.
That's what de Blasio said.
It was after
that's why I
Trump's-
remembered. I thought it was so romantic. Go on, Kevin.
it was after Trump's speech. And look, Geno knows me better than almost anyone on this fucking earth. I don't lean one way or the other.
He does
I'll
not.
take equal shots back and forth. I thought it was super irresponsible to threaten an already militant group with more violence when it's like, they're starting at neutral. You're going to tell them, I'm going to push you back. Where the fuck do you think it's going to go? Of course they're going to get more angry at this. So I think that was a little fucked up, the way that went down. And then, look, anyone that's looting, anyone that's taking a just injustice, a cause of injustice, and exploiting it for your own political gain, I think are the biggest pieces of shit.
Yeah, it's no longer about the cause. Once you
Exactly.
listen, when I was saying it before, I have right with you 100%. Protesting, yes, that's your right to speak, but do it with
Right.
a purpose. Do it with a plan. Just going out there and just, what are we yelling?
All Aaron Berg.
You're welcome. It took me a while.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It is
took a while.
funny. I'm sorry, that really tickled me. I enjoyed that.
Thank God for listening. Frank, who's the piece of shit?
The media took it beyond what it deserved. It kept,
he nailed it. Preach.
they fueled it. I mean, they just kept on throwing fire. They were throwing coal. I mean, it was awful. I couldn't watch it anymore. I mean, 2.5 weeks of this. 2.5 weeks. I thought it was amazingly an overplay. Definitely got a lot of people. It got me. I was upset. I mean, but I have to agree. I totally agree with Kevin said and Geno. Geno, you have a passion that I really like.
Thank you. I'm a very passionate. Well, it's, that's why I could be gay. Can I change my answer? Can we rewind this?
The answer was already changed for
Well,
you.
here's why I lost my mind.
Wait,
And let
hold
me
on.
say this.
Gene, before you go, Frank, if you were to take a shower with him, what would his passion?
Well, I don't want to take a shower. I want to have a calzone.
Well, you might get both, honestly, if you did.
But that's why, and Kevin will attest to this. Like, I'm not a political guy, and when this COVID thing came out, because Kevin knows me really well, when the COVID thing came out, and this gets to the passion thing you're saying, it's like, why are you being so political? I'm not, but I'm tired, like, of people trying to make everyone scared. And the bottom, and that's what, it's like, we're comics, we get to make people laugh, and they fucking took that from us, and instead we wake up every day and be like, well, wait till you see the second wave, and you don't understand. It's like, stop trying to scare people. It really fucking annoyed me to no fucking end.
Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
agree.
Well,
I think we all agree with that.
We all agree with Geno. Finally.
Yeah, woohoo!
Hey, we did it. All right,
Yeah,
then
your passion does nothing for me still.
It took 58 minutes, but we agree with Geno.
By the way, I think Kevin just broke up with Geno. Your passion does nothing for me still.
Yeah, I might as well have just said, I wish I knew how to quit you.
All right, and then final story. Hold on.
Are you sober yet from your birthday, Kevin?
I just feel good.
Kevin's like, what did we do? I'm like, we each had a bottle of wine, and we each had a third of a bottle of whiskey.
I have been
All right.
with my wife for over 5 years. We've lived together for 7 years. I have never not gone to bed. I woke up in my clothes on the couch going, what the fuck just happened?
You know how hard it was to get them back on you properly? All right.
It's always cool to hear the beginning of the divorce story. You know what I mean? It's always fun to hear. But final story here. I was trying to figure out who could be the famous Chinese American that spoke out to make us like Chinese people again. So I Googled famous Chinese Americans. If you can all see this, number 3 on the list is Neo. Neo. This is a real Google. I've done it. You can still look it up. Neo is not Chinese in any way, shape, or form. Who's the piece of shit? Google for fucking this up. Neo for not having his people change this, or for Chinese people for not stepping it up and being better. Where's Tiger Woods? He's more Chinese than fucking Neo.
Is it Google that said it, or is it? Oh, no, you're right. It's Google, because I thought it was like taking it from the Wikipedia. I'm sorry.
I know, but I did it and read it and then presented it. I got it. Anyway, But thank you, Gator.
No problem, buddy.
Anyway,
No problem.
Appreciate it.
I think the piece of shit in here is the FBI that's about to break your window rather than knock on your door for this hit list that you just Googled.
The hit list
You
of
gotta be on
Chinese
some sort of you got to be on some sort of watch list after the coronavirus for googling famous Chinese American.
Yeah. Oh, they don't care. I was just trying to find a good fucking recipe for Dracula soup. That's all I was looking for. It was fine. All right. So who's the piece of shit? By the way, why do you think? Real quick, and answer this question while you're doing it. Who's the piece of shit? And why do you think Google thinks Neo is Chinese? Kevin, go.
Well, I think Google thinks that because of an algorithm. So I think it's how he spells his name that's probably like that. And I'm only saying that because Justin Bieber has a panda in the middle of his name. And if you know, I think Geno, come on, really? No, I think that
I do not condone that joke. All right, go on.
I think the algorithm is why that happened. I think the biggest piece of shit is everyone in this story that didn't think of Jackie Chan. He's the most lovable old Chinese man.
If you look farther, he's 6th.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
So Google's a
I was
piece of
pissed
shit.
too. Yeah,
Google's a piece of shit. Final answer. Fuck that. Neo over Jackie Chan. This is bullshit.
And
Fuck this
by
podcast.
the way, if you're, thank you for fucking the podcast off. I don't know what that meant. But, okay, thanks, buddy. By the way, if that's the algorithm thing, where's Tommy Chong?
Ooh.
So I think you're wrong on that one because Tommy
We'll
Chong.
look further down the list.
I did. There's no Chong.
Okay.
We're Chongless.
Oh, you came prepared for a fight.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I've been bringing this up on podcast for 2 weeks. I can't stop talking about Neo being Chinese.
Okay,
I love the fact.
have you looked up?
I think it's because of anime. I think that name sounds like anime, and maybe they're Japanese, but fuck you. No one knows the difference anyway. And I think they're like, he must be Chinese. Neo.
Have you looked up like his background? Does he have?
He's black. He's fucking really black.
Accent?
He's just a black guy named like Shabazz or something. It's not.
How far down the list was the Wu-Tang?
They were 18th, 23rd, and 55.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's the name. It's all in the fucking name. Wu-Tang Clan came up as famous Chinese Americans.
By the way, and it also said Geno's favorite Wu-Tang member, Jizza.
Is that a name?
Yes, it actually is. And
Not to be confused with Lizzo. I have trouble Jizzo.
Jizza.
It's a name and a verb.
Yeah.
It is.
And by the way, Lizzo is not in Wu-Tang. Anyway, Geno, go ahead. Who's the piece of shit in the Neo thing?
The piece of shit is anyone that's too uptight to find it hysterical that the algorithm says Neo is a fucking Chinaman. And anyone that got offended by me saying Chinaman, which is a funny word, we're losing. We have to bring back Chinaman and Oriental. It's not fun to say that guy. I think that Oriental. You don't even say person. You say Chinaman and Oriental. Hey, that Oriental forgot my chopsticks. It's a fun thing to say.
Or that Orientalman.
Yeah. That's like a gentleman from China. Yeah. That Orientalman. Yeah.
It also makes a game of.
Yeah, go ahead.
It also makes a game of Monopoly with Geno go 10 times longer.
Yes.
I like a little Monopoly.
Because they have to build the railroads themselves. It's really hard. I'm a distinguished Orientalman. Frank, what do you think?
At first, I have no idea who that guy is, number one.
Wait, but he's not Chinese.
Well, I don't know. But, I mean.
He's a singer, dancer. He was on Dance with the Stars. He was a famous black. I'm
raised
telling you who he
by-
is, Frank. Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you who he is. He was a black man who was famous for like 2 years, and now he's not Chinese. Go ahead.
Well, then Google. I mean, Google's the asshole on this one. I mean, what the hell? What the hell are they talking about? They put a black guy, an African-American guy, number 3 or something like number 3. What is that?
Of the best of famous Chinese Americans.
Right. That's like getting Geno Bisconte in a comedian search on Google.
Right here.
Yeah. No. Google is the piece of shit on this one. No problem.
No problem. And now we have no problem ending this fucking show. Guys, thank you so much for being on this. Kevin, tell them where people can follow you, see all that stuff, your album, all that stuff.
At Kevin Dombrowski on all my social media. My album High on Molly is out everywhere that you can stream or purchase comedy.
It's a great album. It's a great fucking album.
Thanks, buddy.
It's great. I'll be an asshole later, but that's a great fucking album.
It's also on
Geno, he already broke up with you. You can't do anything.
I love you, Kevin.
Yeah, sorry. I finally like your passion again. It's you can hear it on Raw Dog Comedy in regular rotation on SiriusXM, and go listen to my podcast, Just Joking. When does this come out? Tonight or tomorrow?
I'm gonna put it on Patreon tonight, but it'll be on YouTube over the weekend. So.
Okay, all right. So look up the latest episode of Just Joking with the great Bobby Kelly everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. That's the newest episode, episode 20.
Geno.
Hey, dude,
Hi, everybody.
Is it Friday? I'm doing a live comedy show tonight again at some golf course in fucking New York. I forgot to tell you that, Kev. You want to go?
Yes.
I'll check with the guy that's booking it. It's another. We're not getting paid, and it's a fucking outrage because they should be giving us money. But I fucking need to get out of the house and tell jokes in front of people. So I'll reach out to you. And just I don't know if you know this. I'm on Compound Media. You can hear me there 4 or 5 days a week, and that's it. And I have a Patreon show. If you don't know who I am, why would you be listening to fucking this podcast? That's it. Fucking you guys are great. Thanks.
You know what? And that arrogance makes you gay.
No, I don't even think that's arrogant. I think we have the same 17 fans, me and Pat. I do. You know what I mean? I don't.
If you don't know, they're all like, "When's Aaron coming on?" He's not.
Yeah.
Not.
If that came out as arrogant, feel free to make fun of me. I was making fun of both of us, but that's fine. That's all I meant.
Everyone's like, "Why can't he get Garrett?" I'm like, "I tried."
Yeah.
Geno's the only one available.
Yeah.
Frank, any parting words? Anything where they can follow you? Anything to tell us? Are you alive still?
Facebook, Frank Murgalo, Frank Behavior on Twitter and Instagram. And I could honestly say now, July 16th, we'll be at Comics of Mohegan Sun.
Nice. Yes, we will. We will be
How about
there.
that? Got a show.
Yeah, and I'm doing my first show, I think June, I don't know, 24, 25, whatever that Thursday is in Waterford, Connecticut, some fucking outdoor show too. So that's going to be weird to get outside doing shit again. And Frank and I have something in the works, so maybe we'll try to scoop one of you guys to come down to Connecticut and do some comedy too. And
use me, because Geno, you'll already have Geno's fans for that night.
Exactly. It's the same 17 people. That's what I meant. I wasn't being arrogant. I'm a nice guy. But I mean, it did. I'd hate to sound like, I don't take myself seriously.
I know, but I love how sensitive, gay you're being.
Just God forbid if I ever said that, well, if you don't know who I am, fuck you. I'm going to start talking like that.
You did.
Shut up. I'm sorry. Now I feel stupid.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this, and go away. All right.
Take care.